Welcome back to the Hard But Worth It podcast. My name's Kurt. This is Mitch. We're with Icon Coaching, and we're at GrowTech Fest doing another interview with Sam Jimenez, who just went through the lightning round of pitching to investors. He's a student at Chico State, but tell us about your company, Sam.
Yeah, so Sam's Fitness Apparel is a fitness clothing line where 10% of all profits go to college students under the Sam's Fitness Apparel Scholarship. And the marketing strategy we use that differentiates our brand from other fitness brands is we go to the actual gyms all up and down California, asking random people what they like and don't like about certain gym apparel. And we actually implement those critiques with our new designs.
So what specifically is your fitness apparel? What problem is it solving, or what need is it addressing?
Yeah, so every collection we release solves a different problem. So our first collection, when we first launched, was targeted towards women who don't feel confident in the gym because some of the leggings they wear might show a little something that they don't want it to show. So when we released our first collection, it was targeted towards women where they can do a squat without having to worry about certain lighting exposing something that shouldn't be exposed. Not only are our leggings squat proof, but they are also thick enough where they hide insecurity fat, and they also accentuate what needs to be accentuated to make you look good. And that goes back with our vision, is dressing to impress not others but yourself, because when you dress nice, you get a good workout and you're more confident.
Yeah. I could think my own fitness instructor, I'd love some squat proof apparel for different reasons. I hate doing squats, but that sounds awesome. And I mean, you know, you're a student at Chico State, partnering with the program where they're trying to incentivize and inspire young entrepreneurs. How did you take advantage of that and make that connection? Like, did you have this idea and then connect with the resource, or did knowing the resource kind of, illuminate this idea that you can kind of match with it?
Yeah, great question. So the idea came in last year in September, but I was actually going to leave Chico because I like surrounding myself with successful entrepreneurs or even mentors, but I couldn't find that here in Chico. So then I started asking entrepreneurs here in Chico, like, hey, can you teach me about entrepreneurship? Almost looking for mentorships. Then they started telling me about different people, different organizations at Chico State. And honestly, my second year here at Chico State, I'm happy I stayed because I was able to find these organizations. And it was through networking. I just wish that the College of Business was more, I guess, they would market better, I guess, where every student, I guess, knows about them, because I didn't know anything about them. And I had it as a minor, but I guess I also didn't look for it. But yeah, I think I answered your question.
Yeah, for sure.
So what are you studying?
So I'm a political science major with a minor in business.
Why political science?
So no matter how successful my business has become, I want to be a future politician. Yeah. And I want my businesses to help now. That's why I'm in college, because I don't know how the legal logistics work, but I want to help. I want my businesses to fund my campaigns because I don't want to be a corrupted politician. And most of that happens because of lobbyists.
Right. What was your first entrepreneurial endeavor?
Oh, in high school. So I like to say I was always born an entrepreneur. In high school, now it wasn't legal, I guess, but I would sell drinks, sodas, and candy. And I would make $100 a day because no one else was doing it. And I like the idea of passive income and making money just randomly, doing just a day-to-day thing.
Yeah. Why do you think that was illegal?
So the school doesn't like it when you sell.
You're competing with their vending machines.
Is that what it amounted to?
No, they don't like it when you sell certain stuff. Like, schools are so critiqued. Like, I'm actually starting a vending machine business too, which is crazy. But the head of nutrition for like all the high schools and colleges, they're like so critique on what you can and can't sell. That's why.
There's a way in which I think most entrepreneurs start out as bandits. So this thing's you feel like it's always been on board. Is that what you're saying? Can you go back earlier in your life and see evidence of it, even though you may not have done something we'd call a business of any kind? But can you go back earlier and see that?
Yeah. So my parents were always entrepreneurs too. They started their first business, and now it's a pretty successful business. So when I wanted anything extra, my dad said, in a nice way, this is our money, not yours. If you want anything extra, you need to work your butt off like I did. what I have is ours, not yours. So if you want anything extra, you need to work hard. And that's how I started, was knocking on door to door saying, hey, I don't know how to mow, but I'm willing to learn, trying to make money. And then I actually started that business, which is now called Sam's Perfect Yards.
That's actually still going.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Interesting. How many businesses are you currently involved in?
So I run 3.
Okay.
Or I own 3. Yeah.
What's the difference between owning them and running them?
So running them is like, I guess, so I like to call myself I can't even think of the word. It's a aspiring entrepreneur.
Okay.
Where my businesses cannot sustain themselves without my intervention. So that's why I'm an aspiring entrepreneur. What I see to be a true entrepreneur is when the business can run without you. Mm-hmm. So, sorry, I think I started away from your question.
No, it's you're right on it. The difference between you said I run 3 businesses. You said no, I own 3 businesses, right? And I was looking for that distinction. Why you made that switch?
Yeah. So I do run 3 businesses because the businesses aren't able to run on their own.
Someday you hope to only own them. Is that what I hear you saying?
Exactly.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you find to be the challenging part in making that transition? Why is that hard?
Honestly, meeting the right people. With my businesses, Sam's Perfect Yards, I'm great at. We're growing super fast, and I only hire college students. Whereas Sam's Fitness Apparel, it's my passion, but it's not getting as big as I'd like it to because I struggle with marketing. But I'm great with getting my brand in retail stores. So with me only being launched for 3 months, we're not only in a few gyms, retail stores, but we're also building our very first retail store. It's just the marketing that I'm not too good at, for sure.
Yeah. So how old are you?
I'm 19.
19. Wow. So you're still early in the journey, which is fun, right? Because there's just tons of vision and passion. And right now, when you kind of alluded to it in your last answer, maybe this will lead into the next answer for you. But what do you feel like right now you need to help get you from where you are to that next level of that next milestone, that next stage? You kind of talked about you're not good at marketing. It might be surrounded around that, but you're currently here and you know you want to get here as kind of the next step. What is that next step and what do you think you need to get there?
So I've really been looking for great mentors. And actually why I was able to open up my very first retail store was because of those great mentors. But I think I really need a mentor who's really great at marketing, because the marketing strategy we use as far as in person, I can talk to any person no matter what. But it's getting people to, so the products that sell in the retail store sell freaking phenomenal. But it's getting that vision played out into advertising that I guess that problem is. Yeah.
Yeah. So what does that mean when you're here, but when you finally solve that problem, that means you'll be here and you'll know
Exactly.
it because what does that future state look like to you?
So if I got the marketing down, where would
Yeah.
I be at? So I want to franchise my business. I want it to be almost like in every gym, at least in California, and just keep getting bigger and bigger because I like creating opportunities for others. And when I didn't have opportunities, I now know what opportunities I didn't have that I can then help others with those other opportunities. So like Sam's Perfect Yards. Most entrepreneurs wouldn't like this idea, but Sam's Perfect Yards isn't a money-making machine. I hire college students. If they work for my business part-time, I pay for half their tuition. If they're full-time, I pay for their full tuition. I pay for their lunches too if they go out to lunch. And it's one of those things where it's not profitable, but it's where I'm able to give opportunities. And just like Sam's Fitness Apparel, 10% of all profits go to college students under the Sam's Fitness Apparel scholarships starting next year because of increasing tuition. A few of my friends actually couldn't go to college because they couldn't afford it. Or they were at college but had to go back home because they couldn't afford it. And I feel like that shouldn't be the case.
So how is it, I hear a lot of cause driven in that. How is that different than like just doing a nonprofit and focusing on creating revenue streams to help support people who have needs for college tuition versus you're running these as for-profit businesses?
Right.
Yep.
So I don't know if this will make me look bad, but I like luxury things. So like my idea is like I like perfect offices. I like a perfect home. And you can't really get that if you're not making quite a bit of money. I think I answered that question.
Nope.
But
So one of there's a lot of passion and purpose behind what you're doing. You're helping people, spreading opportunity, right? Lots of that. There doesn't sound like there's a lot of money being made.
Oh, so Sam's Perfect Yards, there's not a lot of money being made.
Right. Okay. So, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But we have another word for that. It's called a nonprofit.
Right?
Oh,
okay.
It's a different way to organize. And a lot of people I think who are real passionate about their work and really cause oriented accidentally end up running nonprofits, right?
Yeah.
But making money, not only does it buy nice things, it's actually really hard to do. Mm-hmm. If it wasn't, everyone would be doing it.
Exactly.
Right? So without losing cause and purpose, because that is a necessary component of making meaning out of our lives, which is way more important than money. But why aren't we making money?
So I wouldn't say we aren't making money. We definitely are.
You just said you weren't making any money, profit.
Right.
Okay. That's what I mean. Why aren't we making profit?
So back to reiterate about like not making profit.
Okay.
We do make profit, but we're more of an expensive. So I do the estimates, and they're a lot more expensive than like I guess other.
You get the work done for less money.
Exactly.
Okay. All right. One of the other things I'm curious about. Entrepreneurship is hard. Would you agree with that statement?
Oh, it definitely is.
And so just to fill in the blanks there for people who may not know that, because I'm not sure everybody knows that.
Yeah,
right?
no. Being a full-time college student
and an entrepreneur, okay, just give us a couple ideas, a couple things about it that you find hard.
So time conflicts. So when I first found my first mentor, she was telling me about I'm cutting myself too thin. And I completely agree with that. I am what you call an workaholic, where I work literally 24/7. Now, most entrepreneurs say they work 24/7. I literally have no free time. But it's the lifestyle I really love because I'm not the guy to sit around and lounge and watch TV all day or scroll through TikTok. I'm the guy where if I have too much time on my hand, I'm going to find a void to fill that. Because the more time I invest into other things, the more opportunities I'm able to create for others.
Yep. One of the challenges of doing this thing that's really hard is it bumps us up against things we're actually afraid of. It's challenging to us and our ideas and how we hold ourselves.
Right.
And so I'm curious if you have any insights into what you're actually afraid of. What's actually holding you back right now that you would call a fear?
What's holding me back from?
That you would call a fear. What are you afraid of?
What am I afraid of? In terms of like anything? I guess not creating enough opportunities for other people. I think that's what
That's the drive.
Yeah, because honestly, I don't believe luck is like a tough topic.
Yeah.
But I don't believe that I was lucky. I think I opened up opportunities for me. I got out of my comfort zone. I would talk to random people. I would ask random people, start a conversation with them, then start networking. And basically, because I created all these opportunities for myself,
yeah.
If I can make it one step easier for other entrepreneurs, that's my drive.
Yeah.
Or even college students, if I can make it one step easier where they don't have to worry about having a job to go to college. Oh wait, that does not sound right. Where they're able to get more involved in their community and basically be more involved in the college, because some people, especially in college, deal with money conflicts. And I know because I was heavily involved in FFA in high school, it developed me as an amazing individual. And if people could just do that in college and not have to worry paycheck to paycheck, the world would be at most a way better place, because they're not worried about paycheck to paycheck. They're able to grow themselves and create a better future for everyone.
Have you found your age being a barrier at times? I mean, I imagine, you have tons of charisma. I can see, you're very gifted, talented. You can articulate very well, which those pieces are necessary, especially for a lot of starting entrepreneurs. So I could see those things working in your favor. But have you found certain things working against you because maybe you're young? And if so, talk to us a little bit about that.
Yeah. So I'm not saying I know everything. Like, I really don't. But some barriers are when I talk to certain people and they're older, they look at me almost as a little kid, and they don't treat me with the respect that they treat older people with, when in reality, age shouldn't be like a conflict on why you treat someone different. Because as much as I have a huge opportunity, someone older might have that same opportunity, and it shouldn't, I guess, weigh you down. But to go back off of like the age conflict, another thing is like when I go to conferences, because I travel a lot for conferences, I love learning about entrepreneurships and networking for sure, is when I go over to plan trips, you have to be 21 years old to book a hotel. So I have to talk to my personal assistant to book a hotel for me, and that should not be the case. That's so embarrassing. But it's one of those things where age is sadly, people belittle you because you're just 19, you don't know a lot. When in reality, I read so many freaking books, not saying that makes me smarter than anyone, but some people work super hard and they could be young and super successful, and they should get credit for that.
Someone your age, or maybe a little bit younger, is coming to you and they look up to you. They aspire to be you because of what you're doing, and it's inspiring at your age. And they're wanting to do what you do. How are you talking them into that or out of that, and why?
Yeah. So I would say go for it. I would say if you have the drive, you have the passion, do it. But just know you're going to have to give a lot of stuff up. Like I said, I'm a workaholic, and I would be very upfront with them about that. Is you're going to give up so much. If you like playing video games, you're not going to play video games. If you like watching TV or having personal time, you're not going to have that. And that comes with the responsibility of also running a few businesses. Is time management. You have to have that down. You have to have a calendar where you're able to write every hour, strictly planned out, or you're going to run into what I ran into last year, where I would double book. And that makes you look so unprofessional, and you lose, whether it's clients, business partnerships, or relationships. Just make sure your time is to the T, and it's something you actually want to dive into. Yeah. But you can definitely do it if you have the charisma and you strive to succeed in life.
So it sounds like it's not easy.
No, it's really not. And adding being a full-time college student, honestly, if you're a college student wanting to run a few businesses, you're going to fail classes. It's the inevitable. Now, the classes I am passing, it's because it's online, but the one class I am failing is entrepreneurship, which is freaking crazy. But now, I'm not egotistic, but it's one of those things where I already know that. So I guess I prioritize other things than going to that course. So it's pretty much my fault, but you need to know your priorities.
Yeah. That's awesome, Sam. Thanks for spending some time with us today, and good luck with everything you're working on.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, thank you guys so much.
Yeah.